Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Aikal at TBB05032 and today I will explain about the risk exposure that Sharia government policy aim to address. So the first risk exposure is people. So mostly this risk exposure will related with human act. The first point is fatwa risk among jurists. As we know, there are many jurists involved in the Muslim industry, especially in the field that involve human Sharia. So this situation will create the differences of opinion between jurists on a matter and it will affect the SGP. Next are the negative and evil things caused by human behavior itself, such as manipulation of information, fraud, which is a deliberate act with the intention of obtaining an unauthorized benefit, misrepresentation, which is the action of giving a misleading account of the nature of something, and negligence. The next point is mistake by human itself too, like guideline violations and unauthorized product transaction and legal documentation. The last point also related with human acts such as insufficient resources and incapable training that lead to be a problem in SGP. The next one is system. The first point is process and system accounting mismatched or incompatible, insufficient product module, poor reporting, and unapproved software. It is very easy to understand because in a system, all parts have to follow the guidelines that are set by the designer party. However, if there's some part that not follow the guidelines, then the system risk will exist and eventually affect the SGP. The next point is inexperienced vendor, non-timely support, non-user-friendly system, and system mistake. As we know, a policy needs to be known and appropriate to everyone that who will involve in the policy. However, if a policy is not suitable for the current situation and there are parties that who lack knowledge of the policy, especially those who will implement the policy such as a vendor, then it will affect the policy, which is SGP. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ahmad Muzajab Mizaini. My metric number is 19BB05050. Alright, now I want to share with you of the risk Sharia governance. So my part is about process. In process, I have three risks in process. Alright, the first is about lack and unclear process, procedures, policies. Alright, while lack and unclear, the substandard practice may develop in the event of the unclear process, policies, procedures, or responsibilities, and because of that can opening the door for shadow violation to occur. Alright, next, the second risk in process is processes about the adequate internal Sharia governance arrangement or tools. Underestimating the importance of establishing prudent international governance arrangement translate into adequate Sharia compliance control can have a bad effect. Alright, next, the establishing structure but failing the ensure that the right tools are used to perform touch can also lead to the similar arrangement and applied equipment it cannot be undermined. Lastly, risk process is about insufficient disclosure and transparency. Sharia violation may not be recognized by stakeholder if there is not enough disclosure or transparency. So, domain or non-active sharing risk may exist yet remain identified by stakeholder until it's too late, and disease of this situation is too familiar in the work of financial crisis. For the second factor of mine is the external events, which is the lack of supervision by regulator from Sharia committee, which their product will be violated by the external event without the supervisions by Sharia committee, and also on unclear law and regulation to follow it by the products and the Islamic financial institution. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Syed Mansur. So I will continue for the question number 2. So how SGP manage risk? So there are 4 main importance that will control everything risk that happen. So first of all, number 1 is board of director. So the board oversight accountability over Sharia governance and compliance must reflect the integration of Sharia governance consideration within the business and risk strategy of the FI. The board must, so number 1, approve policy relating to governance structure and reporting arrangement. Number 2, oversee the implementation of SSA rulings and decision or advice of the Sharia committee within all business and financial lines. Number 3, oversees the implementation of the internal control framework to prevent Sharia non-compliance and any rectification measure to resolve incident or circumstances that may result or have result in Sharia non-compliance. Number 4, oversee the performance of senior management or others officers entrusted to implement Sharia governance framework such that the board is satisfied that the measure of their performance are aligned with Sharia governance objective. So the board must ensure that an effective communication policy among the key functions of the IFI in a place to facilitate smooth escalation of material matters relating to Sharia to the board. So the next one is Sharia committee. Okay, Sharia committee must have a character that sets out the mandate, responsibility and procedure of Sharia committee, including matters reserved for its decision or advice. So the Sharia committee has the responsibility to provide objective and sound advice to the IFI to ensure that its aim and operation, business, affairs and activities are in compliance with Sharia. This includes, so number 1 is include providing a decision or advice to the IFI on the application of any rulings of SSC. Number 2, providing a decision or advice matter which require a reference to be made to the SSC. Number 3, providing a decision or advice on the operation, business, affair, activities of the IFI which may trigger a Sharia non-compliant event. Number 4, deliberating and affirming a Sharia non-compliant finding by any relevant function. And the last one is addressing a rectification measure to address a Sharia non-compliant event. So the management shall be responsible for observing and implementing Sharia rulings and decision made by the SSC and the Sharia committee respectively. The management also responsible to identify and refer any Sharia issue to the Sharia committee for decision and view and opinions. So the management must ensure that Sharia policy and procedure are acceptable at all times to those involved in the implementation of Sharia governance, and the Sharia policy and procedure shall provide clarification on matters related to the end-to-end process of Sharia governance in the IFI. So the last one is independence. Independence of the Sharia committee shall be observed at all times in exercising their duties to make objective and informed judgment. The board shall recognize the independence of the Sharia committee and ensure that the committee is free from any undue influence that will hamper the Sharia committee from exercising objective judgment in the deliberating issues brought before them. Where the Sharia committee has reason to believe that the IFI has been carrying on Sharia non-compliant activity, the Sharia committee shall inform the board and to recommend suitable measure to rectify the situation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iqbal Rosli and my metric number is 19BB05008. Okay, I will explain about the element required by SGP, which is Sharia Governance Policy, that ensuring risk being managed and mitigate. Okay, so the first element is Sharia Risk Management Control Function. So, Sharia Risk Management Control Function is generally identified, measure, monitor and control of the Sharia non-compliant risk to mitigate any behavior of non-compliance events. So this method of managing Sharia non-compliant risk will expose the Islamic financial institution to continue its operation and activities effectively without exposing the Islamic financial institution to unacceptable level of risk. Sharia Review Function. Sharia Review Function refers to regular assessment on Sharia compliance in the activities and operation of the Islamic financial institution by qualified Sharia officer, which Sharia officer is an officer who holds at least a bachelor's degree in Sharia. So the function of Sharia review is involve the evaluation of the Islamic financial institutions level of compliance to the Sharia, where they will remedial rectification measures to resolve non-compliance and control mechanism to avoid recurrence. And the activity shall cover the Islamic financial institution overall business operation, including the end-to-end product development process, which start from product structuring to product offering.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So for this part, I will continue to discuss on question 3, which is elements required by SGP. So for the third point is Sharia audit function. It refers to the periodical assessment conducted from time to time. It is to provide an independent assessment and objective assurance design, and its function shall be performed by internal auditors who have acquired adequate Sharia-related knowledge and training. And it may be conducted as part of the IFI thematic audit on specialized areas. So there have three scope of Sharia audit that cover all aspects. First is audit of financial statement of the IFI. Second is compliance audit on organization, structure, people, process, and information technology application system. And the last one is review of adequacy of the Sharia governance process. So for the next slide is Sharia research function. Sharia research refers to the conduct of performing in-depth research and studies on Sharia issues. It performed by qualified Sharia officer, and the scope of the work shall predominantly cover all aspects of the Sharia. And the function also requires aspect on legal operation and other related aspect or issue to form part of the presentation to the Sharia committee. It's to ensure comprehensive and completeness in ensuring sound understanding of the relevant concept and approach. Sharia Secretariat, IFS is required to establish a secretariat to serve the Sharia committee. The role: coordinating meetings, compiling proposal paper, disseminating Sharia legislation to relevant stakeholders and engage with relevant parties.